Y'all laughing, but they played that last night at the show.
Yes, it is a thing now. It is a thing. It
But yeah,
is a thing.
I have a whole workout for
Shout out to
that.
whoever originated. Do we got credit? What's the credit? Where's the credit going to?
It's what Shirley Caesar.
No, yeah, she's a singer. I'm talking about who made it a thing because they remixed it. You know who was the puppy of this? Who gets the credit?
It was the internet. The internet.
I just shout out to the internet. No, that ain't right. If I give me my flowers, because it has never been a Thanksgiving song that I know.
You see the dance. You got the dances and stuff.
Right. He put a whole collage with the music. I don't know if that person or he or she put the music and did the first video, but you got to give him shout out. So whoever got. I want to know who originated. I'm sure I can probably look it up. Who knows who can originate the beans and greens tomato? You name it. That's what you name it. She went on the whole tour. She kind of her popularity shot up that year. She's like, you know what? I'm going on tour in this. so she capitalized on it.
You gotta capitalize on your opportunities.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But by doing that, we missed the part of the message that she was given. She was starting out talking about, what you're having on your feast on Thanksgiving, right? But I never got the rest of that sermon, what she was really alluding to. She probably was like, yeah, you're focusing on the beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, but are you enjoying that time with your family that God has given you?
Preach on it.
But is that we missed that part that she was given, like, hey, family, time that she was given. It was great. We think, well, we all on the beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, hams, yams, toms, moms, you name it.
You name it. And it's the first of the month, the first of the month. Get up.
Wake up.
All right, so welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Appreciate you guys for being here. Yes, you're not late. We're late. Don't worry.
No, hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Pump your brakes.
I'm pumping the brakes. What?
Oh, why is it we?
My bad, Larry and Johnny. Me and Kaneem are late.
No. And then you just fumbling the ball off. You supposed to say, Mr. Johnny. You didn't already start it.
Mr. Johnny and Mr. Larry.
You got to keep the ball rolling. Talk about we late.
Me and Timberland is late. All right. Yes, it's the first of the month. So it is that time of the year. We got the hoodies. It's colder out. I kind of like this time of year. But hearing, just as a note, if you lived in Georgia, know anything. Oh, no notice? Oh, my bad. I thought I sent it out. I didn't send it out. My bad. My bad. It's Kaneem's fault. That's all I'm putting it on.
Oh no. Hey, you don't have to take responsibility for your actions.
I don't want to. All right, let's move forward. We're gonna pray everybody had a good day yesterday. Quick question. Oh, is he in there? My bad. I had to scroll. He's in the small.
Like I wasn't late either.
You weren't late either. Oh, you was there all along. I was there all along.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning.
Before we jump into the topic, I know I don't want to belay the time because my brother doesn't have a lot. But how was your yesterday Halloween? Are you a candy giver or you got your light off? You got your porch light off.
Well, typically I would try to do something spooky for the kids and have candy to give to them. But I didn't go get the candy.
Okay.
You know, so I sat in the dark last night. The dogs were like, "Oh," the dogs would be quiet too. They was like,
"Oh, we hushing. Shh, hush."
We laid on the couch in the dark watching TV. It was like, "Yep, this is what it is." I felt so bad. My buddy called and he was giving out candy and stuff.
Nice.
Sitting in his driveway. I was like,
nice.
I ain't gonna rub it in, man. It's my first year I didn't do it. He's like, it's the first year I'm doing it. I'm like, all right.
All right.
So,
see, it's the switch up. All
right. So yeah,
Mr. Johnny, are you a candy giver for the babies?
Well, yesterday with me, I had to work until close to 8. So with the teams that I had that came for my group, only 2 teams that came, I gave them treat bags and stuff like that. But normally in my neighborhood where I live at, rarely kids do trick or treating and things like that. Most of the times they do stuff weeks before Halloween, so like the trunk or treat, the fall festival, those things like that. But I ain't see nobody out.
Halloween is the devil. Okay,
so trunk or treat fall festival.
It was cold. It was cold last night too. Like this morning, I woke up. I'm like, you got flurries. So fall is gone. Winter's coming.
Fall is gone. Yes, 100%.
Oh my God, Game of Thrones.
It'll be 89 next week.
Oh, for us, definitely Georgia. Oh yeah, 100%. We don't have winter season. We have winter moments. Like today is a winter moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then we right into summer. Like, okay, I guess it's take off the hoodies. All right. So Brian, you candy, lights off. I feel like I know the answer to that, but
answer it.
Lights off.
Candy.
You do candy? Wow.
We did candy. Normally, I wouldn't be at home. We'd have been at the church. But having a 19-year-old in the house, she wanted to give out candy.
Okay.
So we gave out candy, and the doorbell was ringing nonstop.
Nice. Had 3 kids.
Well, at one point, a group of young boys came to the door and asked, "Do you guys have any chocolate?" And my wife separated the chocolate, from the rest of the candy because dietary stuff. She's a nerd like that.
Okay.
And my daughter she picked the bucket of chocolate up and went to the door with it. And one of the boys just stuck his hand in there. And box fell and chocolate all over the ground. My daughter stood at the door. He was like, "You can pick it all up now." Not put it in your bag. Put it back in the box.
I'll give you what you bag too. This is how this game works. What I grab and what falls.
Yeah.
All right. Kaneem, what about you, sir?
Kaneem frozen.
I think. Kaneem frozen. He got the.
I hope he frozen.
Y'all can't hear me?
No,
good
we
now.
can't hear you. Say it again. We can't hear you.
Y'all can't hear me?
We can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Oh, yeah, man. I had an awesome night, man. I went to the Dave Chappelle comedy show.
I heard. I saw it.
You're breaking up, bro.
You breaking up.
Man, y'all missed all that.
We missed all of it. We just caught the part when you just said, "Man, you missed all that." We did.
Oh, yeah. Now, I went to the Dave Chappelle show last night.
Yes, heard that.
And Kevin Hart was there. Donnell Rollins was there. T.I. was there. It was good, man.
So T.I. stand-up, was it good? T.I. stand-up was really good?
Oh, yeah. Everything was good. Everybody did a good job.
Okay. Because T.I. he's making his way. I haven't really heard anything yet. I haven't really looked him up. I know he's gotten clowned at some point, but I know he's been doing it. It's been maybe a year now, like consistently out in public, I guess. He might have been doing it on low key for a minute, but so that's good though. He's getting some opportunity.
Yeah, I got jealous of that dude. Who's the guy that Jesus is popping? The guy who always his phrase is Jesus is popping. He has a chain. The comedian. He's from Atlanta.
I don't know that one.
Country Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, T.I. was like, if Country Wayne can do it, I can do it.
Wow. He had a whole special. It was okay. I watched some of it.
It was all right.
Right. Okay. See, I thought maybe I was tired. I was like, maybe I was tired, and then, but I've been tired watching Kevin Hart and been crying, on the floor. But so it was all right? It was just all right.
Wait, who was all right? Yeah, or Country Wayne?
Country Waying.
Oh,
Country
okay.
Waying. It was all right.
Yeah, you'd have been crying last night if you heard Kevin Hart, man.
Oh man.
That,
I don't know.
That dude, he took his family on vacation to Rwanda and went out there on one of them safaris.
Yeah.
And was out there with the gorillas. Oh man. When I tell you that cat is ridiculous, you're like, what a glass at? We got it. What? It's supposed to be glass, right?
Right.
We got glass. I said, you on a safari? Ain't no glass. Hold on, ain't no glass. You like, hey, dude is hilarious, man.
I can't even imagine Kevin Hart on a safari, and the comedy from that would be absolutely gut busting.
I think Kevin Hart's a great stand-up. He's amazing. He's good with his delivery. I don't know.
He better at stand-up than he is in movies. I'm telling you that now. The boy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is not Eddie Murphy.
Not yet. He did. Okay.
I don't think he'll never be Eddie Murphy, man. Yeah, he won't ever.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, when Eddie Murphy came out the gate, he was funny in every movie until later on. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got hit after hit after hit. Movie after movie after movie. He was still just funny, man. Kevin Hart ain't done that. He ain't gonna be able to do that.
Well, I think that's because Eddie Murphy kind of blazed the trail. No one was prepared for the level of comedy that came with Eddie Murphy.
That too.
He was the first comedic rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, Richard Pryor was that to me. With Which Way Is Up? Busted Loose. I mean, I give him the trailblazer for that.
Richard was,
Richard came out. I even liked what was it? Toy Story.
Toy.
The toy.
Yeah.
I even like. I mean, I had to give it to Richard on that one.
Brewster's Millions.
Oh yeah, love that movie.
Brewster's Millions. Yep. I had to give it to him on that one.
See, to me, Trading Places was like Brewster's Millions.
Yeah, but right behind him though, Eddie Murphy was hot on his behind. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey Sam.
What up, Sam?
I'm trying to get through so I can get my brother Johnny. I got about 32 minutes. I got 32 hot minutes. He's gonna spit some fire for 32 hot minutes. I don't want to waste some time. So
go ahead, Mr. Johnny. I don't know why I'm calling you Mr., but go ahead, Mr. Johnny.
What was that? What was that spinning wheel right there?
We're working on our transition right there. Bam! So we're getting into our topic today. We're talking about revenge, forgiveness, letting it go, what to do with all them emotions when you're mad, you're angry, you want to take it back, you want to take it out on somebody. I got to get my get back. What should we do with those emotions to move forward and get a little act right? So we're gonna dig into that and get my brother's opinions on it, and you're gonna help us out this morning. So my brother, he is a licensed therapist. He doesn't just play one on the internet. We bring the real ones in. So we appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you for coming through, man. Good morning.
No problem. Again, thank y'all for having me. Y'all might as well make me a regular. For real.
Right.
I want to, do something different compared to what I did last week. I want to ask all of y'all, what is revenge to y'all?
Ooh.
When somebody cuts me off and drives 20 miles slower than I was going.
Okay. What's
revenge? Me dropping my gear, getting around them and teleporting and get right back in front of them and then teleporting. That's my give back.
Wow.
That's
Did he
my
did he say teleport?
Yep,
He
he
said-
said
I
teleport.
You know that movie, The Wraith? Remember the movie The Wraith back in the day? The car would just teleport. I teleported.
Okay. Is that what you call it?
That's not just revenge. That is called sweet.
It's sweet revenge. Okay.
Sound like road rage.
Right. Let's call it what it is, brother. Let's call it what it is. Yes.
All right, revenge it is. Okay.
All right. Oh, I mean, yeah, revenge would be, I don't like. I can't be as descriptive as Larry. Oh, but just revenge is just getting back. Sarcastic remark or something. Like they say, I say. They say, I say. Like that's a revenge for me. Tim said, revenge for me is my absence. I'm going. Move on down the road. All right. What do you say?
Yeah, all the above. Somebody commits an act against you, and you turn around and commit an act against them just because they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
But to Larry's point, I would have gotten in front of them and then slowed down.
That's what I thought he was gonna say, because that's the real, like, oh, you want to slow down in front of me? I'm gonna slow down in front of you.
Larry's on an intergalactic plane. He said, oh man, well, I mean, revenge for me is kind of what Brian said. It's the action, but when I think of revenge, I think of it as a negative action. So if you did something negative to me, I want to do something that's negative to you, but more impactful with my negativity, because I want you to remember it. Like, I can't believe
You got a Trump
did me like that. Yeah, I did that because I wanted you to remember me more and not remember you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you said
Wow.
more impactful.
Wow. That reminded me of communion. This I do in remembrance of you.
But yeah, so all of y'all, basically what y'all said is part of revenge. So when you look at, the word of revenge, they say that revenge is causing hurt to someone based on someone doing wrong to you. And we always look at revenge on different things. So, when someone is like driving slow in front of us, when, while we're in our cars, competition, we see revenge. Relationships, we see revenge. Any particular aspect of things that we experience within our lives, we try to get revenge back on someone because of what they did to us, and we intentionally feel like it's a slap in our face. Another thing that stands out with revenge is that people see it. Once they see that it's a revenge, they automatically will hold a grudge. And with grudges, most of the times we hold grudges based on the person and not the situation. And basically with grudges are due to when someone is doing us wrong. So say, for example, say you and a friend of yours, y'all been friends for years, and all of a sudden y'all had a fallout. From that fallout, you end up doing a revenge on that person because of how they treated you. And then you have a long grudge on them because it's like, oh, that person did me wrong. F them. I ain't gonna deal with them. I ain't gonna bother with them. And in that particular aspect. Now, when it comes to the aspect of forgiveness, there's two different ways of how to look at forgiveness. And I actually talked about this in one of my JG Mental Health Friday videos that I did last year. So when you had told me about forgiveness, I was like, oh, I already talked about this already. So I could, talk about this. So forgiveness, there's two ways of doing forgiveness. And you have to see it in two different ways. The first way is the action to forgive. So with the action to forgive, what that means is that forgiveness is based on what they did to you. So you got to be able to try to forgive the action.
Right.
And then the action to be forgiven is the practice, which is where you are actually practicing forgiveness on what had been done wrong to you. So being able to have compassion, being able to practice empathy and things of that nature. So forgiveness is the action to forgive and the action to be forgiven. So it's actually seeing it and actually practicing that forgiveness. So there are some moments where people have a hard time actually forgiving that particular person, because what is the main thing that falls into forgiving that person? I'm gonna let y'all take a guess on that.
Oh, you said the action of doing it, to swallowing that pride and actually, like, all right, fine, like the car cut off example. So once that teleport in front of you, I don't have a grudge. I let it go, and you're forgiven. I'm out. But if I decide to if I decide, oh, they cut me off, I won't retaliate. I'll let it go. I'll sit there, and it's gonna take me another hour to get home because that car cut me off. Then like 20 more cars cut me off. I'm forgiving 20 cars, and this is going to keep on going. And I'm still, matter of fact, I can't get my car to drive it because somebody just cut me off.
Wait, come on back, bro. We're losing you.
Man,
Come back.
Larry, you need to stop driving, Larry. Get your Uber.
Hey, right. Take a nap while they driving. Go on sleep.
we were losing Larry there for a minute, but I thought you were talking about the release part, right? Like the benefit. Were you talking about the benefit? What do you get out of it?
So no, the question I was asking, what's the main thing that holds us when it comes to forgiving someone? What's the main thing that we hold on to people that causes us not to forgive them? What's the main thing that stands within us that allows us not to actually do it? And sometimes we don't really realize it.
Yeah, that's why I said the pride. Swallow the pride. Like,
so it could it could be pride, but it's one main thing that no one really puts into account because they really focus on the person, but really it's more so of this particular action. And I don't want to put the answer out there. I want to see if anybody could get it.
Holding a grudge.
It's somebody said the memory. It's not the memory.
Holding a grudge.
You can have the memory there, but there's something that's tied to that memory. And we all
the trauma.
The trauma can be part of it, but there's something that's tied to that trauma.
Experience. It happened to you in the past.
It's something that's tied to the experience. So whenever we experience something, what comes out? What
think too hard
and I don't want to say the word because automatically that will get it. It's the emotion. The emotion is tied to certain things, and most of the times we don't really realize that whenever we are having a grudge or having, try to put revenge on someone, we react to things on our emotion. And instead of us focusing on, we more so focus on that person more and what they did to us instead of actually feeling, without actually noticing what we're feeling from that situation. So we kind of put the feelings to the side and say, all right, you did wrong by me, I'm gonna get back at you. Not really sitting in that feeling and say, oh, this person really did me wrong. And that's when the aspect of forgiveness, when you look at forgiveness, is really to try to close those emotions or try to repair those emotions so you could be able to try to say, all right, I'm gonna forgive you. I'm not gonna have this grudge. I'm not gonna have this resentment on you. I'm not gonna have this anger. I'm not gonna have this disappointment. Because the thing is with us, whenever we go through something, that's the main thing that we don't even want to actually accept. We don't want to accept our emotions on certain things. We kind of just push it to the side, and then we have harm, hurt, all those different things because we don't really want to actually have the accountability to say, yo, I feel sad about this. Yo, I feel disappointed about this and stuff. So and that's the this is what the coping skill I want to talk to y'all about when it comes to forgiveness is that you have to view your emotion. So when you are viewing the emotion, is more so you have to look within the situation of what's causing you to have that revenge on someone, or look in the situation that's caused you not to say, all right, I'm gonna practice this act of forgiveness on you. When you view your emotion more, you'll be able to get a different perspective, and you'll be able to take time to see what emotion you had in that, in that situation. Once you identify what that emotion you had in that situation, then you'll be able to, hey, say, all right, let me communicate with you on this particular, moment that we had. Low key, I felt this way, but I want to move forward because I want to move forward from this, from this feeling and everything and stuff. Because the thing is, the more that we hold on to feelings and everything based on something that happened years ago,
right?
That, once you are able to accept the feeling and say, okay, I forgive you for this moment because at that time I felt this. And it could be something small. Say if somebody had like got into an argument about whose house y'all had, whose house was hosting Thanksgiving dinner, because we in November, Thanksgiving coming up.
Oh, shoot.
And then and you already know.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Argument about who house you had, who house is hosting Thanksgiving dinner, and y'all going to it about it. Then you're like, all right, well, forget you. I ain't coming to your house no more. So you ain't going to the house for Christmas. You ain't going to the house for birthdays. You ain't going to the house for reunions. All those different things. But really, once you really address your feelings and say, yo, I feel some kind of way, that y'all say, all right, y'all not letting me, you're not using my house for, this particular event or anything like that. Once you verbalize your feelings and be able to, forgive the person, say, okay, I understand. I feel this kind of way. Let's move forward from this. And for something that's so small to say, oh, y'all having an argument about, whose house y'all going to for Thanksgiving, that could automatically be changed by viewing your emotions and taking your emotions out the situation to be able to move forward. Because then once you take the emotions out and be able to practice that act of forgiveness and not have that revenge, then you can move on and say, okay, well, all right, we're going to your house for Thanksgiving. Christmas, you come to mine, and so on and so on. And everything.
So is it so it's recognizing the emotion,
right?
But trying to remove that emotion from the equation in order to have a more productive relationship, kind of thing.
There you go. And that's the thing. We don't want to, and that's the thing with us. We don't want to, we don't really want to, harp on the emotion because that's that aspect where we talk about that ego and pride type thing, especially as men. Whenever we feel a certain way, it's like, oh, our power is gone and stuff like that. So you know what? I'm gonna have some revenge and take, play them or play somebody else.
Gotcha.
Like that sweet revenge or whatever.
Wow.
So being able to see the emotions through to be able to practice that, that forgiveness.
Identify the emotion. So
identify that.
So like Larry, right? So what is it that you feeling, Larry? You feeling like they trying to play you? Like, is that your ego that's like, man, you just gonna jump in front of me, disrespect me like that? Is that what it is? Is that
it goes back to the ancestor? It goes back to the ancestor.
Not to the ancestor.
You're wrong me.
I got you.
But no. But yeah, there is some level of contentment there. Like, and I was like telling Rod. Me and Rod was talking this morning during the workout. After, well, we should have been working out. Was like, I gotta put it out there. But like in school, I wasn't on for all the with the name brand gear, and I never had a haircut. I had this big old fro. I was getting joked on line, all that stuff, right? So I think for me, because I was, I had tough skin, but it was like, hey, I kept being pushed around. I just let people push me around for so long that you cut me off. You're trying to push me around or insert your dominance over me, and I won't have it. I'm standing up for myself.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's probably how far it goes back.
Over to everything. So you kind of always ready. Go ahead.
Let me ask a question.
No.
In your opinion, Johnny, do you think that women are more revengeful or men are more revengeful? And then to what degree?
Oh, shit.
Don't you go there, Kenny. The chat. We got
that's the thing. I don't know if it's you know, if men or if women had more of that revenge than men, or so on and so on. I don't even know, you know, how to answer that, because the thing is, men and women go through different things and everything. So it's based on, you know, a particular experience and stuff. That's all I could, you know, that's all I can say on that particular aspect. Because automatically, if I was all right, so if we was to think of it in a women's perspective, say if we, you know, we out, you know, hanging out, you know, with our homies and stuff like that, what's the revenge that our ladies gonna have with us? We out hanging out with our fellas, but she home chilling. What's the revenge that she gonna put on us?
We under the covers, fast asleep when we get home.
Some of the revenge that most women probably could put in that particular aspect is saying, all right, you on the couch tonight because you was out with your boys. My revenge to you is you sleeping on the couch. You ain't sleeping in the bed with me. Nothing like in that particular aspect.
The bigger TV is by the couch. So hey.
So that's, you know,
comfortable in that recliner.
So that's, you know,
in your bed. Wow.
You know, a particular example that, you know, a female probably can do in that way. Another thing in which
let me ask you this, Johnny.
Not revenge.
You said what?
I see that as more of a consequence, a punishment, as opposed to revenge.
Revenge, right. That's good. That's good. All right, go ahead, Kaneem. What's your question?
Oh, I mean, it was kind of piggybacking on what Brian said, but I was thinking, like, if that situation was reversed, do you think a man would have his lady sleep on the couch because she was out too late with her girlfriend?
I don't think so.
I mean, it might be.
But it sounds like you answered. It sounds like you answered my question, Johnny. Women are more revengeful than men.
I don't know. You got. Wait.
This is not the opinion of Brothers of Legacy here.
That's the opinion of Kaneem Curvey. That's the opinion.
Thank you. I like to preface that with, in my experience.
and that's why I'm gonna bring back the word experience, because everybody experiences things differently when it comes to that aspect of saying, all right, I'm gonna have, you know, revenge on that particular person, or I'm gonna hold a grudge on that particular person. It's based on the experience. Somebody did bring something up, that a question was asked about.
Yeah, we have
is it true that anger is a secondary emotion to hurt?
Right.
I say, and when it comes to emotions, like I said before, it just depends on how that person reacts based on that, what was, you know, what they feel was done wrong to them. Because there might be a moment where automatically, I could be angry one time, and the next time I'll be sad. One time I'll be disappointed. Then the second emotion could be that I'm, you know, disappointed. You know, it just depends on how that individual reacts to, you know, to that situation. And that's why I had said before, we have to view the emotion in that, you know, in that situation. Another aspect, and I could talk about, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. Anger typically is a secondary emotion, but not just to hurt, but to, well, I guess to a trauma, right?
I think so.
Something happened and it made me angry, right?
I didn't.
Things can happen in your life. Things can happen that distress you, and anger could be the result of what the impact of the trauma.
Right. You get your feelings hurt. You know, like somebody do something, like you're sad, but then you're like, I can't believe they, you know.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that happened. Oh my God! Right. First, there's the acknowledgement of it. Then there's the impact of it. Like, oh, the result is you. That just
I think you're mad because you let them get to you. Like, how did it make me sad like that? You know, and I think the anger is kind of, that's how I was kind of looking at it too, like the secondary, you know, because it's where we deposit, like I'm not gonna let you make me feel sad. That's not
right. What did you do? What did you do with the trauma? What did you do with the experience?
Right.
You know, what
I didn't do it. I promise, guys. I didn't do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's that secondary emotion.
He paused. Everybody see him? He paused. Taking a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you do with the trauma? I think the
Sound like everybody. Sound like most of y'all that got y'all license in therapy.
I slept at a Holiday Inn last night.
All right, Johnny. What say you, Johnny? Are they correct?
I'm throwing it back. Like, are we in the right space?
Yeah. But what he was saying, it is correct, because there's that moment where we have that, we have one emotion and then automatically, like, we do react out in anger, because say for example, say if someone came at your neck in public, first off you'll be like embarrassed, and then you'll act out of anger because you don't want to have that that effect to say, oh, I got played in public, I'm gonna be sad at myself. You got to react and get angry because you want that dominance and that power back. So
listen, we learned all this from Smokey Robinson, y'all. Secondhand emotion.
Correct.
Right.
So when we react in anger, it is reacting because of that feeling, of hurt. But really, internally, we low key feel boom. But we don't, like I said again, we don't really want to acknowledge that because we are so focused on the situation. And then from there, boom, I got a grudge on you for the next 5 to 10 years over something that you did to be something slight because of how my emotions was tied, tied to it. So that's why
I look at that. I listen to what you're saying, and to me, all of that is emotion, right? Grudge is emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Anger is emotion, right? Hurt is it's all emotional.
Yep, all of it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and so we have to look at it in that aspect, because to me, when something happens to you that does not feel well, feeling, another word for feeling is emotion.
So John, let me ask you this, because a lot of times, I'll say with me sometimes, things happen, and you go from the hurt to angry. What do you do with those emotions to deal with it without getting to the anger? How do you not get to the anger when things happen? Or how do you, I don't know, maybe it's just always part of the process. You got to.
And I was going to say it is part of the process, because even when I go through, like with some of my clients, when they're dealing with trauma, what I normally do with them is I actually do a timeline with them throughout their lives. So I'll say, okay, let's see if you remember from 5 years old to now. And that's even with like adults and stuff. And I'll have them put it out on the table, some things that impact them, both negative and positive. And from out of those things, there'll be moments where they will get angry about a particular feeling, or they get sad and start crying and stuff like that, stuff like that. But that's the importance of actually feeling that feeling, because it's like, all right, you was angry, you was hurt, you was sad. This is why you gotta actually feel it. And with you actually feeling it, then that will help you be able to say, okay, how can I accept this feeling, but also how can I process it moving forward when those feelings do come back again? And that's why we teach clients like different coping mechanisms and exercises whenever they have those particular feelings uprises again. Same thing for like when you're out in public and a particular thing. So like, for example, for me, y'all all know I just lost my dad back in August. So say if I look at something and one thing just triggers me and it reminds me of my dad, I'm gonna have that had that particular feeling about it. But it's actually identifying what can I do when I have that feeling. What is something that I could do in that moment? I have to accept it. I have to actually sit in it. But there's most of the times we don't even want to sit in the feeling. We want to sweep it under the rug and say, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. I got other things I got to deal with. But no, you got to sit in that feeling. But also while you sit in that feeling, what can you do to be able to, move forward from having that feeling?
And I'm saying I agree with that wholeheartedly. Anger is a part of the process. I mean, the scripture tells it. Paul talks about it in the book of Ephesians, right? Ephesians 4. Be angry, but sin not. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Right. What he says is you can be angry, but it's what you do with your anger that matters. It's how you hold that anger that matters. God gets angry. Right. So we have to recognize that it's a part of the process. I'll pause there for a minute because I don't want to go off into a soliloquy.
Yes.
Hey, I was ready for it.
I was ready.
Well, just real quick. Johnny does have a YouTube page. I put it in the link in Facebook and on YouTube. So just click that. Make sure you subscribe. Check out his stuff. It's really good. A lot of the topics we're talking about, I've been getting from his page, so he can expound on and talk and kind of bounce back some more ideas. Have someone talk back about some of the things that he's discussing. So it's some really good clips on there. And they're not like super long. They're just short bites to really give you some good nuggets and information. So you guys make sure you check it out. Any closing? So we deal with the trauma, we deal with the anger. We are moving forward. And the forgiveness part, what's that piece just look like before we close out? Before you have to get out of here.
All right. So what that piece look like when it comes to forgiveness is being able to just have that conversation with that person, being able to say, okay, I know back then we had that particular, situation and everything. And I want to let you know that I was feeling hurt at this time, but I want to move forward with this. And that could be a moment where the relationship could either be repaired or it don't be repaired. Because there are some people out there that be like, well, I don't want to repair it because it's been so long. It is what it is. Wow. But the thing is, you got to recognize that you did your part to say that, okay, I actually practiced, the act of forgiveness, and then I could move, I could move forward. So the question that was out there saying, can you forgive without any type of repair? I say, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Because there are some moments where you'll be like, all right, I don't want to talk to that person, but I could be able to just move forward from this, move forward for the situation and just have my own personal healing. Yeah, you can do that as well. But if you are that particular person to say, all right, I actually do want to talk to that person and actually want to, move things forward, just having that, that simple conversation and then, taking on from there. And if that like I said before, if that person doesn't want to, want to move forward within the relationship or don't even want to, say, all right, I forgive you or anything like that. You just let it be. And I'll say a main thing about that, because I actually experienced this with my mom and my grandmom. My grandma did like a lot of stuff to my mom when she was younger and everything like that. And I used to hear the stories growing up about how my grandma, treated my mom and all that stuff like that. And the way that my mom had practiced forgiveness with my grandma was just that she did have like a conversation, but then my grandma wasn't really, she didn't want to, that acceptance stuff from those particular things. So my mom was like, you know what? I did my part. I could still be, cordial and
got it out. She got it out. She just had to say
I know how to move, moving forward. And then she learned, and she always brought this up with me and my, my siblings, like saying that, all right, the way I was, raised growing up, I'm not going to treat y'all the way I was raised and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Just know that whenever you are practicing it within yourself, like having empathy, compassion, all that stuff, as long as you know that you did your part, you did your part.
Right.
All right. Okay. I'll work on that empathy. And I'll work on my part.
The brother didn't mean that in front of you.
I'm on the road.
He just needed to get over.
I tell children, treat your heart and your heart and your mind like a pencil with an eraser and a piece of paper, right? Your heart is the paper. Your mind is the pencil. You write things to your heart. When people do things against you, when something hurts you, you have to take the eraser and erase what's on the paper, the impact to your heart. Anybody ever ripped their paper trying to erase something?
Right.
It's not always easy
Right.
to erase it, but it's better when you can clean it and write over it. And what I say is emotion is like that lead in the pencil. It can be erased. It can be moved. It can be changed. It can be written over. And that's the thing that you have to think about. I mean, I love, what Jesus said. He said, even 70 times 7.
Right.
I
just throw the paper away.
Just
put that person's name on it.
No, you don't. But what I'm saying is, but you're throwing the heart away.
Right.
Right. And earlier in the conversation, you talked about attaching an act to the person. Right. So in other words, what you're saying is throw the person away. We don't want to throw people away. We want to throw the act away.
Right.
That's the thing that we have to remember. And that's why it has to be treated like it's lead pencil and not ink.
Right.
That's the reality of it all. Right.
True indeed.
And so the lack of repair. Yeah. Not everybody can fix what they did.
Right.
There's certain things that you can move past that you may never get over.
Right.
That's why forgiveness is so important, because it becomes an anchor. It attaches you to, it attaches itself to you. And then what happens, it becomes a trigger in other areas of your life. That's why forgiveness is so important.
Yeah.
That's why the model prayer is, we forgive those, God forgives us as we forgive those.
Yes, who's trespassed against us. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So we appreciate you, Johnny. I know you got to roll out. Appreciate you for being here. You said, what's up?
Why ain't gonna do us like that?
Oh,
just beat us up with familiar scripture.
Forgive those that cut in front of you. All right. So we appreciate you guys for being here. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy Mental Health Wednesdays. Always 988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, make sure you dial 988 or if you're in the Pennsylvania area, make sure you check out Johnny. He is a licensed therapist, so check him out as well. Definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel, get some nuggets and all that you need. All right, so we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. Stay safe. Make good choices. It's the first of the month. Let's get your goals popping. It's almost the end of the year. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.